Conflict is a normal part of life, but sometimes we need a little help to resolve our conflicts successfully. The Mediation Training Collaborative offers conflict resolution services in Massachusetts Pioneer Valley. Mediation can help with conflicts in your family, on the job, at school, in your neighborhood, or in interaction with tradespeople or businesses with which you are working. You are about to see parts of a family mediation with Walter and his daughters Donna and Linda. The mediators are Court and Julie.
I'm Court. This is Julie. We're your mediators. We've already had other introductions, so maybe we'll just get started, okay? All right, so mediation is a process where we're all going to work together to see if we can come to some solutions for the problems that bring you here today. Julie and I are not judges in any way. We are not going to be making any decisions. We're just going to be helping you to work together to come up with solutions to your own problems. And it's a confidential process. We won't tell anybody what happens in this room. And we're going to meet all together in a joint session. And then if it seems that it can be helpful, we might break down and meet with each of you individually in what we call private sessions. Then we'll all get together and for another joint session and see if we can come to some agreement.
Walter, since you were the one who got in touch with us first, I'm going to ask you to begin, please. Would you tell us from your perspective what the issue is that brings us here today?
This is hard for me. I don't like to talk to people I don't know about my family. One wants to move into my house with me. She wants to babysit me. She wants to take care of me. I love her dearly, but she wants to babysit
you.
Come on. Make a note, please, to respond to that later.
She'll make it sound like it's in the future, but she wants me to go into assisted living.
Walter, let me see if I've understood correctly and fully what you're saying. You're very distressed that these two children are trying to impose their ideas of a good living situation on you.
Linda, will you zip it?
Well, I'm just thinking that it would be better for Dad to think ahead, to think to the future, and think about setting himself up before he has to set things up so that he's in a situation where there are people around.
Tell him what you want me to do.
There are people around. I'm here.
Where he's in a situation like there's some really nice assisted living communities. He can have his own
this is
place.
where it comes out.
He can have his own place, but there are people set up to be checking, making sure he's okay.
And just what am I doing? Huh?
What are you doing?
I come by all the time.
Yeah, right.
see
You
what
and
she
your
wants?
whichever
Very
boyfriend of the
clear
week
that-
happens to be
come
with
on,
you. I
that's
mean,
not
give me a
It's
break.
very clear that there are very strong feelings around the table. I think it's going to be most helpful if you wait until it's your turn, and then we want to know what those feelings are because they're going to help us move forward.
We'll now see how private sessions give each person an opportunity to express their feelings and to talk in a relaxed way about what's bothering them. They can let off steam without offending those with whom they are trying to reach agreement. Watch how the mediators clarify the concerns of each person and then summarize those concerns when all the parties are back together.
Donna has been Dad's favorite from the start. And he funded everything for her. He sent her to college, he did everything for her. And I didn't go to college. I didn't get any of that share of what Dad had. And Joey, he married right out of high school. And so he's never had any of that either. So there's an issue of fairness that's in all of this. And it's all very well for Donna to go around and say we're going to sell the house and then split it 3 ways. Well, she's already had a bigger share of that pie than I ever had. And certainly not than Joey ever has had, although, all he wants is the money in the first place. He hasn't been taking care of Dad like I have.
I don't know. 91. I used to love to go up to Vermont on it. But now they drive so fast. And I go the speed limit. I'm driving along and somebody comes up right behind me and I don't like it. They look at me like I'm a fool. I really hate to say this, but I want someone to ask her, who's she thinking about? Is she thinking about what will make her happy? or is she thinking about what will make me happy?
I guess the driving is the first most concerning order of business, though, because there have been these accidents, and I've heard from a lot of my friends who have aging parents that this is a really tough decision, and I know it's tough on Dad. He taught me to drive, but I think we need to come up with something different.
I want to thank you all for the openness of your conversations with Court and me. And you, out of everything that I've heard, I just want to briefly say that one of the issues that came up in the private session that hadn't come before is that there be equality in the way the resources are planned for, how to share the resources when Walter's not living in the house anymore. So that was one issue. Another issue is the privacy and independence for both Linda and Walter, and what kind of living situation is going to best serve that privacy and independence for both of you. And a third issue, and this was mentioned by everybody because it seems very immediate, and that's the issue about the driving and the safety thereof. So my suggestion, Court, is that we start with the driving issue right now and see what we can do with that because it's so immediate, and then figure out where we go next. And what other possibilities
Well,
do
I
you
guess
think?
two main concerns that I have, Dad, and you and I have talked about these. I mean, the first is the driving on 91. I think that, there's always alternative ways to get places other than using 91. And people are driving too fast. They're maniacs, especially the weekenders that are going up to ski or whatever. I would prefer if you would be willing to stay off 91.
So for our purposes right now, can we just consider as another option on the table that Walter would avoid 91?
That's
Great, okay. What other possibilities come to any of your minds?
I don't think you should be driving at night, Dad. I mean, I think that's just it. I mean, you've even said you can't see.
Right, so
they're
let's
changing lanes.
continue pulling these possibilities together and see what we have. That Walter would stay off of 91, and that for driving at night, Walter recognizes that having another driver would probably be useful, and he would like that other driver to be Phyllis.
If she's willing.
Okay.
And sometimes I could call you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Well, when you're coming over for dinner at our house on a Thursday night, Jack can pick you up on his way home from work.
Help, Dad.
It's no big deal.
And it sounds like besides that, you're willing to have Walter drive himself in those situations where it's closer to home, it's not on the busy roads, and it's during the daytime, and that recognizes his independence. Is that right?
Yeah, I know Dad's always loved his driving, and he likes to take the drives in the country, and I don't want to take that away from him.
Yeah,
So
that's all
it
right.
sounds,
Gets
people,
me out,
as if
keeps me
we-
alive.
It sounds like we have an agreement on this particular piece, and I congratulate the three of you very much for the good work that's been done here.
We hope that you've found this mediation informative and interesting, and that you've learned something about the benefits of mediation, how you can benefit from sitting down with the help of mediators who are trained to be neutral, how you can understand each other better in that process, and how you can come to agreements to resolve divisive issues. I'm Betsy Corner with the Mediation and Training Collaborative, a program of community action. You can call our office, 774-7469, and I'd like to thank you for joining us.